Hey, today we got a Mitsubishi Diamante. We're doing a rocker cover gaskets on these. So it's a V6, so we'll have to remove an intake to get to the back one. I've already done the front one. So first thing you can do is take this off and then get to the throttle body, unplug that, take all the hoses off and look around and see what's attached to it. So just be with us, I'll show you how to do it. So once you got that clamp there, that's loose, and that clamp loose, take the air hose out of the way. You can just leave it sitting there since you can see the throttle body now. And what we're doing next is taking there's a two-way to do it. Either you can take these bolts off and remove the throttle body from the intake, or you can leave the throttle body on and just undo all the hoses and everything. But I think the best option would be to just unbolt it and just leave it sitting on the side and take the intake out. So I've moved the air hose on to the side and just gonna take these 4 bolts for the throttle body off. It's a bit hard to work with the one hand. Once you get it off, like once the bolts are loose, you can just unwind them with your hand. Sorry for the dirty hands. It's all loose, and so what you can do is sort of leave it sitting there for now and take those 2 bolts off, take that bracket off, and once you get that off, take that off, and then you can unbolt all the bolts holding the intake. There's a one mount back there. I think it's a 12mm as well. You take that off and then you sort of find out if there's anything else attached to it or anything, because if you want to move the throttle body out of the way, there's another bracket bolt at the back. You take that off and it'll probably slide off. So yeah, I'm going to take the bolt off of the bracket. It's not. You can just see the throttle bottom getting bit free now. So when you got all that off, there's another 10mm bolt at the back. If you take that off, it'll move this line out of the way, and your throttle body's already out the way. You take that little thing off, little hose that goes there, you take that off, and there's another hose that comes at the back, that one. So you take that clamp off, take that hose off, and I'm pretty sure it'll be free from this side then. I've already showed you, take those bolts off and one little sensor on the other side. So yeah, we'll take these 3 hoses off and see if it gets free. So as you can see, I've removed that, but make sure you mark it before you remove it so you know whereabouts it sits. And I've got that off. This is all off. That hose at the back, that's off. It's just got one little clamp on there. You remove that and you just pull it off. So looks like we got everything off from this side, but we'll find out. So now we take this little thing off. So that's all free. Now you can just take these bolts off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts there. Grab extension. There's another small bracket here. Just take that off. Shit, I dropped a bolt in there. So if you end up dropping a bolt in there somewhere, I can see it down there, but so yeah, you can use like a little magnet thing to pick it up. Always happens. You always drop nut and bolts into the places where you can't really get to. it's always handy to have this like a pickup magnet thing. Okay, so that's free from here. So now we've got to take that bolt there. This one here, we already took one off the throttle body. There's another bracket bolt at the back there. So there's these two 12mm bolts. Once you take those off, then I'm pretty sure there's a CGR valve coming at the back. So you take those two bolts off as well. These two 12mm. And hopefully that's all. So you can use one of these spanners to get to the bolts for the brackets, and for that it looks like a UGR. Got the bolts loose. There'll be a gasket between that and the intake, so make sure when you take it off, you grab the gasket and don't lose it. Because it would drop down if you don't grab it. So like that. That's all off. Looks like there's probably something else at the back. No, it's just getting stuck onto it. So grab that, move that out of the way. Take that hose there coming from there. It's like looks like a vacuum hose. Take that off. And that's your intake off. And now we can get to the rocker cover. It's not hard after you take the intake off. It's just 3 bolts on this side, 3 bolts at the back. You take that hose off there, take the leads off, and that's all. And you're gonna also take, there's like a 10mm bolt. You take that off so you can move this plate sort of out of the way when you're lifting it up.